December 6th, 2022. A Tuesday night in Logan, Utah. Cold, clear, and eerily still. At 6:30 p.m., I stepped outside with my 9-month-old daughter, like we did every night, to say goodnight to the moon. We stood in the yard bundled up against the cold. The mountains loomed in the distance, a dark silhouette to the east. Just above them, the full moon gleamed brightly, illuminating the night sky. I pointed out the moon, and then Mars glowing a distinct steady red. And then something else. 2 lights, stacked diagonally, perfectly still and perfectly wrong. And the moment I realized that they didn't belong there, they dimmed, one after the other, like someone was turning down a dimmer switch. It didn't seem natural. It felt intentional. Okay, sure. Welcome aboard, I guess. So back to the story. Tonight, I'm opening the file to figure out what that meant. The tradition. December 6th was cold. Cold enough that the air stung a little when you breathed in. My daughter was 9 months old, and this little ritual of ours, it meant something to us. Step outside, find the moon, say goodnight. It was one of the few moments each day where everything felt simple, connected, and safe. And Logan, Utah's beautiful for that type of feeling. The mountains rise up like dark guardians to the east and to the west, and the sky opens up above them. East of Logan, beyond the ridge, is the Mount Naomi Protected Wilderness. It's over 40,000 acres of steep, roadless terrain. It's where you can go and walk for hours and never see another person. And on this night, a bright full moon, the sky, it felt even bigger than usual. Saying goodnight to the moon would be a little different this time, because something else would say goodnight to us. The Year of the Sky. Now, to understand why I was paying such close attention to the sky that night, you have to remember the year we'd all just lived through. No, I'm not talking about COVID, or isolation, or working from home. None of that. 2022 was the year of the planet parade. After months of being stuck inside, a lot of us started looking outward. And again, even upward. For me, that meant looking at the night sky. I'd spent months watching planets, learning constellations, seeing the sky shift night after night. I knew it, and I knew what belonged there, and more importantly, what didn't. The discrepancy. I've checked the charts. Mars was at opposition, its brightest point, glowing deep red just to the left of the moon. But something felt different, because equal distance to the right of the moon were 2 more lights, stacked vertically, but slightly offset, very bright, very still. I paused, I checked the sky, I checked the moon, I reviewed constellations in my mind, but these two lights, they stayed exactly where they were, bright, motionless, and completely out of place. The acknowledgement. And then the strangest part. Almost at the exact moment my brain registered that these lights didn't belong there, the top star began to fade. Not a flash, not a flicker, a slow controlled dim. Within seconds of the top star dimming, the bottom star followed. In about a total of 10 seconds, both of them were gone. And with the sky illuminated brightly by the moon, the sky behind those two objects was empty. That was a heavy moment for me. My mind raced. Even my daughter, she went quiet in my arms, like she sensed something shifted. It felt like an acknowledgement, as if something or someone realized it was being watched and simply turned out the lights. It's like we weren't supposed to see it. No, Frog, our viewers are going to be just fine. They're into this kind of stuff. The investigation. So, I immediately started looking for answers. I checked the news, I checked sky trackers, I checked the Stellarium app. Nothing. I couldn't find anything. Well, months later, I found 2 reports describing the same vertical stack formation. One of them came from Chipley, Florida. A retired systems analyst saw 2 bright lights, same size and brightness as Jupiter, stacked vertically beside it. They didn't move, they didn't flicker, and after about 2 minutes, they faded out completely. Mine took about 10 seconds. Yeah, Frog, it was really interesting, wasn't it? And the other case that I didn't bring up is actually a MUFON case. Had a picture as well. That picture looked exactly like what I saw in the night sky. Ooh. If any of you have access to MUFON out there, give me the case number. You know, it's comforting to know that someone else saw something similar, but I still don't know what it was. So, I'm leaving this case, TDF 001, open. If you were in Cache Valley that night, or anywhere really, if you saw anything, even something that you dismissed, I want to hear from you. Oh, before I go, let's talk about Starlink. Could this encounter have been a satellite flare? You know, the sun hitting a satellite, reflecting it back to Earth? Maybe. But satellites move at 17,000 miles per hour. They don't sit still in a vertical stack over a mountain and then dim in place. I'm keeping an open mind on this one, and I invite you to as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next case. This has been the Dusty Files Episode 1. If you've enjoyed it, I would invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you have a story of your own that you would like to submit, I would love to hear it. Thanks for watching.